Beyoncé is being accused again of doing black magic. Now, here's what I'm going to say. Everybody ain't lying. I spent probably a week doing research on all the people that they were connected with, and all of them are connected to some sort of black magic, some sort of witch.
Beyoncé diving back into that wild voodoo talk again, just to help her and Jay-Z escape the dark stuff they allegedly got mixed up in with Diddy. People have been whispering for years that she's into witchcraft and that she supposedly kept ritual items. Some even said bodies in her home for her ceremonies. But now the real bombshell's dropping, because her former nanny is spilling new details, and it's way darker than anyone imagined. Word on the block says Jay-Z's money's been running thin, and Beyoncé's the only thing keeping him in that billionaire club. That's why she's out here grinding non-stop, touring with an injured knee, and launching business after business like her life depends on it.
Put in the lawsuit, Jay-Z, that he was facing financial hardship, saying that he was not able to get business loans that he needed for his business and personal life because of these lawsuits. They've caused reputational harm, and banks denied him, even though he couldn't get loans before to save Roc Nation, and so he had to resort to a PPP loan to save Roc Nation. And how is it that a billionaire can't go into his own stash and allow his business to borrow money from him to save his business? Why does he have to run to the government to save him?
The talk about Beyoncé's so-called witchcraft has been floating around since her early days in the game, but it really blew up when her former drummer, Kimberly Thompson, dropped that bombshell. Kimberly had been rocking with Beyoncé for years, playing on multiple tours, until she suddenly quit in the middle of the On the Run 2 tour, then claimed Beyoncé was deep into some serious witchcraft behind closed doors. She even said that once she walked away, Beyoncé allegedly sent people to watch her, warning her to stay quiet and off the internet. Things got so intense that Kimberly filed a restraining order, saying she feared for her life.
The girl cats. A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and while she was asleep, snacking on his people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too, which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician and she was trained at the esteemed Berkeley College of Music, handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female.
I cannot make this stuff up. Beyonce's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyonce. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances. She's saying the Beyonce camp is put up a huge harassment campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She sought a restraining order in the past. It got denied, and she has another one scheduled for October 11th, but the internet is just like, what? Excuse me? And, I was just at the Beyonce concert last week in Houston. It was definitely a religious experience.
Kimberly stayed silent for years after that mess because folks were calling her crazy and even showing up at her house leaving hate letters. But just a few months ago, she finally broke her silence. And wow, she didn't hold back this time. She said working for Beyoncé was her biggest regret, claiming that ever since she spoke out, she's been blacklisted from the industry completely. According to Kimberly, her career's been frozen, and nobody will touch her now. And if that wasn't enough, she even threw Solange's name into the mix, accusing her of being part of the same dark, demonic stuff too.
I definitely did that to definitely be so clear to cut the cord that I don't want to have anything to do with this person at all. I don't want to work with them. I'm even embarrassed that I have worked with them because it's literally shattered everything that I've tried to build after doing that work in my life. If I have always said when I was a kid, I never would want to regret anything, but this I regret. I regret that we ever worked together because it turned my life completely upside down. She's not been able to let me go. She's not been able to let me progress into a mature woman and work with other people, build other great entities and statues and trophies that develop in the arts world and music. She's just been a savage, stealing my intellectual property, stealing my ideas, just basically doing anything and everything to damage any type of happiness that I could have had up to current. That be in my own independent career, establishing my own company, my own music, relationships, whether it be business partnerships, personal relationships. And so I've had to do a lot of work, a lot of practice of self-love. I know that, I was that kid that grew up and always did the right things and always studied really hard and always did a lot for whoever I was working for and the company. And, that time has come and passed over and over again. And it's just been a nightmare to try to move on and do other things for other people without it getting totally destroyed. The other people I've worked with that have been on a plateau have been paid to fire me. I found this out, and then it just kept happening. So it was a pattern, get really excited about.
People were quick to side with Kimberly once she mentioned Solange, because that name hit a nerve. Not too long ago, when Nicki Minaj was online going off and calling out Jay-Z and Beyoncé, Solange allegedly stepped in with some spiritual energy of her own. According to fans, while Nicki was in the middle of her fiery rant, Solange suddenly hopped on Instagram and posted some wild demons to idols type images that looked straight up ritualistic. The timing had folks talking, accusing Solange of sending a warning, basically saying, "Keep my family's name out your mouth or deal with my spirits." And just like that, Nicki went silent right after. The drama didn't stop there either. Popular blogger Storm Monroe jumped in, claiming Beyoncé herself is a full-blown Hollywood high priestess, which only added more fuel to the already blazing rumors. Storm Monroe didn't hold back. He claimed Beyoncé has deep spiritual ties to a powerful demonic figure named Hun, supposedly one of the strongest deities out there. He even said Madonna used to be Hollywood's top witch, holding the highest spiritual rank. But now Beyoncé has taken that throne as the reigning queen, which is why the industry treats her like royalty. According to Storm, that kind of power doesn't come free. He hinted that every award, every honor, might have come with a price. And people online started whispering that her children, especially Rumi and Sir, paid the cost. He went as far as saying, Blue seems sharper because Beyoncé allegedly used the twins as sacrifices for her success. It's a disturbing claim that left the internet completely stunned.
Beyoncé is a witch. She's a very powerful witch. She's heavy into African spirituality. She is a daughter of, I believe, either a daughter of Oshun or Yemaya. I go back and forth. I feel like it's Oshun though, but if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. But nonetheless, she's a high-ranking witch. Okay? How many people have come out and said, hey, shit, the cat started dying, Beyonce did this to me, I saw Beyonce do that. Like, this is nothing new, okay? But you got to understand, when it comes to Illuminati, to this industry, one person replaces the other. Madonna's old. Madonna is almost done. And Madonna is a very high-ranking witch. She is a high priestess. That's just pretty much what it is. Of course, the main thing Madonna practices is Kabbalah, but then there's different versions of Kabbalah, just like there's different versions of African spirituality. But then I also believe that in addition to African spirituality, I do believe that Beyonce is into dark magic and black magic as well, her and Jay-Z. And we're just gonna leave it at that.
After Storm dropped that wild claim, people instantly started digging into Beyonce's past to see if there was any truth behind it. And surprisingly, there kinda was. Turns out, Beyoncé herself once opened the door to those rumors when she introduced her now infamous alter ego, Sasha Fierce. She said that every time she stepped into that persona, she felt something take over her body, like she was possessed. Beyoncé even explained that she's naturally shy and can't perform unless Sasha Fierce completely takes control of her. She once said, right before I performed for the BET Awards, I raised my hands, and it was the first time I felt something else come into me. That moment, she said, was her big coming out on stage. But just when people thought the story couldn't get darker, Beyoncé's former dancer, Khadija Shari, came forward with shocking accusations, claiming Beyoncé allegedly paid people to kidnap her child and assault her as payback for leaving her team after discovering the witchcraft stuff. Those claims shook fans to the core and reignited every rumor people thought had died down. Khadija Shari went off online, posting a furious message that had everyone's jaws dropping. She wrote, "Are you serious? You called for my child to be hurt? You evil witch. At Essence, check on my child. I'm about to blow this through the roof." The internet went wild after that post. But the drama didn't stop there, because last year during Jaguar Wright's explosive interview with Pi Morgan, things got even darker. Jaguar claimed Beyoncé and Jay-Z allegedly kept human remains in their home and used them in rituals. She said they were deep into witchcraft and had gone way beyond anything fans could imagine.
Because the Me Too movement was a ruse. It was a setup. It was a scam. I'm saying that now, publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there. If the Me Too movement were real, why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall.
Jaguar,
Guess they're on vacation.
if this goes to court, Jaguar, do you think the world is going to be shocked by what comes out?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many victims?
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
What do you think happened with Kim?
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane. Unconscious. There's a lot of things that people don't want to talk about.
But here's where it gets even crazier. Word on the street says Jaguar Wright got all that tea about Beyoncé and Jay-Z's alleged victims from none other than Beyoncé's former nanny. The nanny's identity is still a mystery, but insiders claim she worked for the Carters back when the twins were born, and that she quit after witnessing some seriously dark stuff. When she saw Jaguar fearlessly calling them out online, she allegedly reached out and told her everything she'd seen, trusting Jaguar to speak the truth that she couldn't. The nanny supposedly didn't want to go public herself because she didn't want to get blackballed like Beyoncé's ex-drummer and dancer. Now that's wild. But what do you think? Could Beyoncé really be practicing black magic to protect her empire and help Jay-Z escape his rumored financial mess? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share this with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more tea. See you on the next one.